And we're ready to go for the first pitch, quickly getting started at 6:41 p.m. I'm Taylor Storley. Once again, joined alongside Xander Lopez. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Spartans and Tritons is underway. It will be Coda Travers in the circle for the Spartans. She is 2-4 this season with a 2.87 ERA. And she'll pitch ball 1 to start the game.
83 degrees for the second game start. Still a good day for some softball.
Very humid this afternoon as the count goes 1-1. And this is definitely where the heat will start to get to the players. As that one hits the zone, Lex DeFato falling behind to start the game. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Coda Travers has had a solid freshman season so far, holding opponents to a 245 average. Has given up a handful of hits, but is able to escape a good amount of her jams, only 22 runs allowed. And she'll get started with a tip, not into the glove, an awkward deflection off of Kreidler. Still 1-2. We'll give Kreidler a little bit of space to shake it off as we continue. After this first at bat, we'll get you the full lineup for the Tritons. Tipped foul, staying alive. The 1-2. And again, staying alive. Still 1-2. Good job protecting. Here's the 1-2. Almost got her looking. It'll fall a little bit low, 2-2. Great take out of DeFato. One of the 3 Tritons to be hitting over 400 entering the game earlier today. That number likely dropped a little as she went 0 for 2. Did draw a walk.
That was a great pitch by Coda Travers, even though she didn't get an offer at it, as that ball is fouled down the left side of.
So we continue after another foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tipped foul again. Two on the way again. Travers will finally end the at-bat. No, it will roll foul.
DeFato's very speedy with 34 stolen bases on the year, so if that was in play, she might have beat that out.
Was a really tough ball for Kreidler and New Paver to get to, so definitely double that and kind of confirm. Wouldn't have been an easy ball. Now on the ground, right to Travers. Her flips in time, 1 away. DeFato looks absolutely stunned, but she was comfortably out by about a step. 1 down for Hannah Taylor.
Again, she did show the speed there down the first base line.
You can't blame the hustle whatsoever.
Yeah, she made it closer than what it needed to be. But that was a good pick and throw by the pitcher there.
Strike 1 low and outside, 0-1. These teams have now drawn level with their overall season record, 31-10 on the year. But Tampa's win to make it 4 in a row. Eckerd now have dropped 2 straight. Now to miss outside, 1-1. Both the Tritons baseball and softball teams with good resurgences this year. The Tritons baseball taking on the Spartans in St. Pete. That one's going to be flared into right and caught by Cam Feast. 2 down. Taylor unsuccessful. The final of the big three, Ella Coiner, steps up to the plate. Both Tampa Spartans softball and Eckerd's softball teams at the top of the conference. That win from the Spartans has likely secured the conference title for the Lions if they hadn't already secured it. The Tritons also be ending their season on the road against St. Leo as they fight for a playoff spot for regional play. They'd like to win one, if not both, the remaining games against the Spartans to help their cause. It's 1-1 to Coiner.
Coiner's the last 400 hitter in this lineup. And then you get down to Maddie Bostick at 300.
Bostick had 3 hits against Gwen McGinnis earlier, went the distance for the win. Currently 2 strikes and 2 outs now to Coiner.
Coiner with an impressive 13 home runs on the year. So that's a powerful bat in the 3-hole, but most likely not going to get one out here.
Very rarely can a Spartan hit one here at the home park, and even more rarely do visitors clear the fences. 1-2. This one down the first base line. Easy scoop for Salisbury. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down for Travers. Good start in the circle for her. Meanwhile, it'll be the Eckerd ace back in the circle. Raymer, after a tough outing to start today, will have a chance to continue against the same Spartans 9. So, Tampa ready to go against Brandolin Raymer. Raymer entered today with a 1.65 ERA. That's jumped up a couple of points for this game. Given up 3 earned runs in 2 innings. Struck out 4 earlier today. And after 60 pitches, Raymer hoping for a cleaner outing now. Here's your Tampa starting 9. It'll be Jenna Newpaver ready to go. She'll be followed by Cam Feast, 0-1. Kenna Kryler bats 3rd, Joey Travick 4th, Brumble O'Neill 5th, Carly Salisbury 6th, Hannah Yetter 7th, Abby Johns 8th, Lennox Ulrich 9th. No changes to the starting 9 for the Spartans. If it's not broke, don't fix it. These are the team and the players that were able to score 4 against Raymer to start the game. 0-2. Big whiff on the changeup there by Newpaver.
Newpaver, the freshman, has had a very good year as the leadoff hitter for the Spartans. See if she can continue it this game.
0-2 out in Raymer.
Ooh.
That one's a 2-foot pitch, just awkwardly bouncing. 1-2. Reminds me of the Wii bowling errors where you'd like throw the ball backwards and everyone would jump. That's kind of the softball equivalent of that. Raymer had 63 pitches in the 2 shaky innings earlier today. Did prevent too much Spartans damage in the second, but it wasn't enough for the Tritons to make the comeback happen. They were held off the board by Gwen McGinnis. And on the corner, strike 3. Newpaver goes down looking.
What I do like about Raymer is the no face mask. It's cool, pretty cool looking for a pitcher in softball.
It is a risk, though. Obviously, wear the face mask for protection. A couple years ago, Tampa starter Mary Beth Feldman got rocked by a comebacker right to the circle. And ever since then, she started wearing a face mask. I'd imagine the same would happen to Raymer if that were to happen. Here's the 1-0. Ball one on the first pitch down low to Feast. Feast had 2 hits against Raymer in her previous outing today. Feast scoring both times. One out here in the bottom of the first. Tampa the scoreless top half of the inning. Just outside, clipping the line, 1-1. That's going to miss. 2-1 now.
The good thing for Raymer is anything she pretty much does here in the first inning is going to be better than what she did last game, giving up those 3 runs in the first.
Two one on the way to Feast. A lot of space down the middle. She'll square up as that goes outside, 3-1. Trying to get the defense to converge. That might work as they might play a little closer now in the 3-1. But I also think that might now pivot to Feast swinging away. She could also draw the walk to get on board. 3 walks in the first game out of Raymer. And I think the umpire switched position. Boswell now behind home plate. Casillas on the base path. Ball 4, down to the dirt, got away, it doesn't matter. That'll put Feast on first. And unlike in Little Big League, no reason for Feast to try to steal second on the walk.
This game almost identical to the start of the first game with Cam Feast on first and Jenna Newpaper going out. Let's see if Kiana Kreidler can manage a walk, and then we might be in deja vu territory here.
Indeed, it was a hit from Feast, a walk from Kreidler that set the table. Maybe the opposite now. Kreidler swinging away. She'll take strike 1 inside. Drew 2 walks against Raymer in the first game earlier today.
Cam Feast got a lengthy start there at the end of the pitch. Thought she was going to go.
She did pick up her 7th steal earlier today. They might test the user of Wharton behind home plate. Now the 1-0, or 1. That one's popped up. Wharton can't find it. Drops foul. 0-2.
Yeah, that sun's coming down.
It is at an awkward angle at home plate. We have a bit of a glare into the booth as well. Don't think it's super visible on the camera, although it does actually shine to see some reflections of us here in the booth. Two strikes. 1 out. 1 on from Raymer. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Feast with a large lead, but they won't have a throwback to first.
That was a good off-speed pitch to get Kiana Kreidler there for the strikeout.
Command hasn't been perfect, but on at-bats like that, Raymer's been unhittable. Her 4th first inning strikeout of the game, 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings throughout the 2 games. I'd like to strike out the side here against Trawick. She'll take outside, strike 1.
As again, that was her 13th pitch of the first inning. Last game, she was over 30 in just the first.
0-1 on the way for Trawick. Feast goes with 2 outs. A steal like that is a little less of a risk because he just resumed with the same batter in a spot like this. You imagine Tampa will send Feast once more. Two strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Feast runs. That ball gets away, and Feast will advance to second. She was initially stealing, so I'll credit that as a steal. even though she kind of stuttered on the base path. They will call it a wild pitch. Can't argue with City Hall, but I can argue with some of the people with me in the booth. 1-2 on the way with 2 down for Trawick. So Feast back in scoring position. She had advanced on a wild pitch in the first inning of the previous game as well. She then advanced to third on 1-2. Almost, but just missing. 1-2. 2-2.
It's good at bat here from Trawick to work the count back in her favor at 2-2.
1 ball to give for Raymer. You have a free base to put Trawick. Brumboloni on deck. They're covering the lines pretty well. A bit of space down the middle. 2-2. That's flared into right. And caught on a diving grab by Abby Lucas. A nice catch by Lucas to end the frame, stranding a runner in scoring position. If that drops, Tampa takes the lead and said they're scoreless in the first inning. Raymer out of the jam. On to the top of the second, all level at the Namole Family Stadium. Top of the second, about to begin. Travers still in the circle against Wharton, Lucas, and Scott. Had a 1-2-3 frame last time out. Wharton ready to go. 0 for 3 day. And it'll be 0 for 4. Catch made by Feast, 1 down. Tampa fully healthy with the bullpen. Although you do imagine the first player ready to go would be Gwen McGinnis. But for now, the young gun, Coda Travers, still cooking. Here's the first pitch. Lucas takes low, ball 1. Coda Travers, a freshman out of Davie, Florida. Here's the Tritons lineup, forgot to mention it. DeFato led off, followed by Hannah Taylor, then Ella Coiner. Batting 4th, Wharton. Batting 5th, Abby Lucas, as the count goes 2-0. Batting 6th is Molly Scott. Batting 7th, Bostak. Batting 8th, Hernandez. Batting 9th, Cicerello. Molly Scott, the change for the Tritons as the designated player today. Two and 1.
Abby Lucas is a left-hand hitter out of Tampa, Florida, Plant High School.
So a local lot product. And that's going to be fouled away by Lucas, 2 and 2. Both teams with strong recruiting out of the state of Florida, especially you can definitely look at that for Eckerd. Spartans a little more national in terms of their recruiting prowess, but they've also got plenty of Florida players to either come home or enroll here. Kelsey Winters, notably a D1 transfer born in Florida. As that's tipped foul, 2 and 2. 2-2 on the way. On the ground at third. New Pavers there. 2 down.
It's a good pitching catch there.
Just like McGinnis, Travers getting weak contact to start the game. That'll bring up Molly Scott. I believe you've got the numbers for Molly Scott, Xander.
I do. Molly Sky is adding 325 on the year. So she's doing pretty well for herself in this Tritons lineup.
Her specialty is also getting on base. 438 on base percentage this season. A little bit less pop at the plate compared to her teammates. Doesn't have an extra base hit. But I think they might have brought her in because of her ability to get aboard, especially with softball being the way you succeed here at the Namoli Family Stadium. 1-1.
It also adds another lefty bat in the lineup, excuse me.
Definitely interesting where softball, the platoon advantage a little less prevalent than, say, in baseball. As the count goes 1-2. The lefties always bring a bit of flair to the plate. One more time, the 1-2. Up the middle, picked up at second. In time, out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. Coda Travers cruising through the start of the game. Tampa will try to get some more base runners against Raymer, who's looking a little bit better in Game 2 of the action here at the Namoli Family Stadium. And we're ready to go on the bottom of the second. It'll be Maddie Bostak, Mia Hernandez, Grace Cicerello. Brandlin Raymer continues in the circle. She's now up to 223 strikeouts on the season. 6 on the day today.
Ooh.
That one's just a bit outside. 1-0 to Brumble O'Neill.
She's had 2 very bad pitches this game. One was a 2-foot pitch right into the dirt. The other was just a bit outside.
Safe to say she's been pretty wild so far. Has been able to pick up a amount of strikeouts with it, though.
When she's in the zone, she's dangerous.
It's just out of the zone. Tampa's been able to take advantage. That one outside and on the corner, 1-1. Pretty tight strike zone with Casillas earlier today. Boswell maybe a little more normal. Brumble O'Neill first up in this inning. She'll be followed by Salisbury and Yetter. And it'll be 2-1. Brumble O'Neill getting ahead in the count.
She was 0 for 2 last game with 1 walk. Trying to fix that with getting a hit here in this game.
Tampa was quiet outside of the first 2 frames in the first game. Held completely quiet by Elise Roy. Fouled back, 2-2.
There was a lot of contact there, though.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brumble O'Neill. Tipped and not caught. The at-bat continues. And they're going to try to call it an out, I think. Are they saying that it's a strike 3 into the glove? Well, they are. It'll be a third strikeout of the game for Raymer. No other explanation. Anyway, I don't think there's any other correct explanation, and even I don't know if I agree with the call.
I'm right there with you.
That one's going to miss down low. It was close in the swing from Neal. Might have just hit the plate because that's where you heard the contact. Might have been with the bat, might have been with that. 3 strikeouts now for Raymer with the bases empty, 1 down. Down the line and foul, making 1-1 for Salisbury.
Case Salisbury is another freshman in this lineup filled with young talent.
So 1-1 on the way. High and outside, 2-1. Two and one. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Two now to Salisbury. Popped up. Might be a tough ball to get to in the sun. Shortstop makes the catch, though. And that'll bring up Hannah Yetter with 2 away. The field now obscured in the shadow of the hotel, but it's almost completely dark, even though there is a bit of a glare to our booth. 2-2, leading to 2 outs. Hannah Yetter. Check swing, but went strike 1. Great defensive stops in the previous game by Yetter. Oh, and 2.
As this looks like a significantly different pitcher than the first game for Raymer. Through 2, Raymer had 66 pitches with 3 earned runs before giving up.
But a lot cleaner today. A chance to end at just around 30 for the first 2 frames. But it won't end just yet. 1 and 2 missing outside. Good take on the high and away fastball. Down to the dirt. Wharton doing a good block again. If there was a half-hearted swing for strike 3, could have advanced the runner to first. Could see a couple of drop third strikes as we continue. That one missing away. 3 and 2 now. Yetter has worked the count full. Abby Johns on deck. Tampa's lone base runner so far came via walk. 3-2 up the middle, and Yetter gets a base hit to keep the inning going. She wins the fight to bring up Abby Johns.
That was a good hit by Yetter. Yetter also had one hit last game, driving in one.
So a chance to keep the inning going. The infield now playing very shallow against Johns. First pitch. Down line and foul right by the Tampa bullpen, 0-1. That's going to be a strike, 0-2. And now the 0-2. Fouled back, still 0-2. You can even tell with the camera, the glare getting awkwardly in the lens. I'm currently leaning over to try to give you enough room to see the offerings out of Raymer. There we go, it should be a little bit better. Runner on first, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Abby Johns trying to keep the inning going for the Spartans. Outside, 1-2. Two outs, 1 on. Here's Raymer. Down the line and foul. We'll go again. One ball, 2 strikes to Raymer. Lined at the middle. It is caught at short.
Wow.
Nice diving grab
What a
by
play.
Taylor to end the inning. 1 hit, 1 stranded. Any no hopes for Raymer have gone up in smoke, but it's a scoreless 2 frames. The reverse at the start of the game. We'll be back with more action in the top of the 3rd. So we're ready to go for a brand new inning. Travers continues strike one to start the frame. She'll take on Bostak and Hernandez. 29 pitches now compared to 38 for Raymer.
Bostek had a really good game the first game, having 3 hits against McGinnis.
Looking to continue the streak against Travers. No one out to start the frame. Missing outside, 2-1. That's the third 2-ball count that Travers has fallen to. Just a bit low, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Swing and a tip. It'll be 3-2. Three and one on the way. And that is strike 3 called.
Oh, that's a great pitch.
Right on the corner. Bostak was headed to first. She'll head that same way back to the dugout. First strikeout for Travers, 1 down. I'm going to stand back up to try to block the glare. Again, we do apologize. This time of the day, the sun is literally directly at the camera from that left side. It is making it impossible to see. That's going to be fouled for strike 1. So until that sun sets, we'll try to find a creative way to make our bodies into a natural background for you guys at home. Mia Hernandez playing in left field on defense. She'll take outside 1-1. So we continue. 1-1. That's floated and foul. I think it initially hit off the ground, so no hustle needed from New Paper. Make it 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Coda Travers. 2 down. Cicerello, final batter in the order for the Tritons. Travers could complete a quick trip through the order and keep things tied through 2.5 frames. Right to Travers. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Ending with a ground out to the pitcher. She gets her first 2 strikeouts as well to retire the side. We'll be back in the bottom of the third. And we're ready to go with a brand new inning. Taylor Storley joined by Xander Lopez. We're here at the Namoli Family Stadium for some Tampa softball. A great start for Coda Travers, a great start for Raymer. 3 strikeouts, and she's left 2 base runners on the base path. She'll take on Ulrich, and then the top of the Spartans order, starting with Ulrich. First pitch grounded to second. Close play. Ulrich is out by a step.
Even with a little bit of a slip for the second baseman, still got a good throw on it to get her out.
Good recovery there by Zuccarello, the second base player. 1 down for the top of the order, Jenna Newpaver. And again, if you're just tuning in, we do apologize for the glare. It is close to sunset here at the Tampa campus, and the sun is shining directly on our camera at a very awkward angle with the glass for glare. Fastball missing inside, 1-0. So we're doing our best to give you a clean enough background to see the action. Newpaver went down looking in the first inning. The sun also might get in the way a little bit for the batters at the field. Makes life a little bit easier for the pitchers.
Newpaper's still looking to get on base for her first time today.
Check swing. 1 around, 1-1. Might have been a strike as well, either way. Newpaper trying to stay alive. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Swing and a miss, high and outside. They actually just got a piece of it. 1-2 still.
Good fight off by Newpaper there.
Very important job to protect. 2 strikes, 1 out. Swing and a miss, this time chasing away. And would have had a chance to go to first on the drop third strike, but it's 2 down. Four strikeouts now. That'll bring up Cam Feast with 2 away.
Cam Feast walked her first time up to bat this second game after she had a 2-hit first game.
One of the 2 base runners for the Spartans today. Popped up, strike 1. That went off the net, even though it was caught. Out of play, 0-1. Raymer. Check swing. Did she go? No, she didn't. 1-1.
That was a good check swing. She wanted it, held off, ball 2.
Tried to square up, and that one going to be tipped 1-2. Raymer has looked better and more comfortable out there in the circle this game. 1-2 to Feast. Got her, no. Umpire stood up as he was about to call, but no, it's going to be high. 2-2. Very close call, though, for Raymer. Down the line, And fair. That's going to get through. And Feast headed to second. She'll be out on the tag. Quick relay from left field. Inning over. Great defensive stop out of the Tritons. Tartans get their second hit. But Feast, trying to turn a single to a double, is retired to end the inning. Top of the order, DeFato leads off for the Tritons. And finally, the sun has gone behind the building. You can now finally see things on our broadcast. The glare is gone. New batter, new top of the order for the Tritons. That's going to get lined and be the first base runner for the Tritons. A single into shallow left field. Took a while for the Tritons to get hits in both of their games, the third and fourth innings respectively. But here they are with their first base runner against Coda Travers.
Yeah, that ball just goes a little bit high over the second shortstop's head and just drops down on some grass.
That'll bring up Taylor. We'll see if she tries to bunt the runner over, maybe set the table for Coiner. She might be swinging away, ball one. Up the middle. It could be two. Yetter, unassisted, throws in time. Double play. Second time today, Hannah Yetter has turned an unassisted double play. Gets DeFato and Taylor out at the same time. That'll bring up Ella Coiner with two away. Flared foul into the Eckerd bullpen, 0-1. Coiner slugging .852 on the season, entering today. 1-1. Very close call there.
Very close call. I had that a strike.
That one missing low, 2-1. 2-1. As the scoreboard wakes up, here comes the 2-1 count to Coiner. That's down the line and foul. Feast given chase. Would have been dangerous. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah, if that ball goes down, she might be rounding second right now.
Probably on her way to third or beyond. We've seen a couple of extra base hits, even inside the park attempts, going down that line.
Especially with her speed. She has 18 stolen bases on the year.
Definitely a dual threat, Ella Coiner. She'll take one high, and once again down the line, Feast this time in range to make the catch, inning over. So a base runner is picked up by the Tritons, but they are lost on a double play. One hit, no left aboard. Travers keep zeros across the board in the score column through 4 frames. With Kenna Kreidler for the Spartans. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for you, Tampa. Cam Feast had a hit to end the third inning. She was out at second on a good throw from Hernandez. 49 pitches in 3 innings for Raymer. She can go the distance despite a strong, long start to start the day. Ball 1.
Is that right there was pitch 50 going high. So much different game.
Continue here at the University of Tampa campus, game 2 of 3 of the weekend series. Tomorrow was scheduled to be a doubleheader. It'll be just one game. Down the line and foul. One and one on the way. Fouled again. Kreidler went down on 3 pitches in the previous at bat. The second of 4 strikeouts out of Raymer.
Kreidler was 0 for 2 with 2 walks in the first game. So she still got on base twice, just with some walks.
Now the 1-2. Check swing. Didn't go. 2-2. Missing outside, 3-2. Trawick on deck.
Won't be too surprised here if Raymer tries to go with that high cheese again. Get another swing and miss for strike 3.
Got to be careful about how high the fastball gets elevated, though. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, just like you drew up, Xander. That's strikeout number 5 for Raymer.
That's been her out pitch all day today, is that high cheese. And Tampa just hasn't been able to hold up on it. Or if they have hold up, very next pitch she throws it, she gets a swing and miss.
One out for Joey Trawick. That's going to get through the hole. Clean swing from Trawick, splitting Coiner and Taylor. 1 on, 1 out for the Spartans.
Triggs has a hit in both games today. I think both hits coming off of Raymer. And she also had a really well placed down bunt with crashers coming in. Still got it down to advance the runner last game.
Rumble O'Neill went down on strikes last time. And she'll whiff again to start the at-bat 0-1. This would be a big win for the Spartans if they can close out the series. Obviously, we'd still have the Saturday game, but Tampa at worst would end with a win tonight. Win the series 2-1, which should very much help their regional hopes of trying to make it to the postseason. They are the defending national runners-up, as that's going to be fouled down the line, 0-2.
As Triton hopes, if that happens for their season, might do it away as they're not even ranked and won't be in the playoffs as of now.
So it's important for the Tritons trying to win as much as they can. 0-2, missing inside. 1-2, almost hit Brumble O'Neill on the legs. Missing outside, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Gets her with the high heat. Strikeout number 6 for Rayner.
Multiple times, Rayner's gone to that high heat pitch for the strikeout. At some point, you have to wonder if the Spartans are going to catch on.
Salisbury now 2 outs and a base runner. Low and outside, 1-0. Salisbury popped out previously.
As Joey Trewick, who's on first, isn't really much of a stolen base threat, as she has 0 on the year.
Trewick does have some speed. Question is on whether they send her here. Unlikely. They probably would have sent her earlier. On the black, 1-1. Fouled, 1-2. Changeup got her looking for strike 3. Floated it in the zone. If you wonder why you'd swing at a high heater, that breaking ball is the answer. 1 hit, but 3 strikeouts. Strand the runner on board. Tampa scoreless through 4. Both teams still looking to break through as we enter the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th. Taylor Storley joined once again by Xander Lopez. And both these teams trying to break through as ball 1 is taken outside to the top of the order for the Tritons. Or not to the top of the order. To the middle of the order. Wharton, Lucas, and Scott. Hit to third. 1 down. 0-1. Once again, the Spartans aggressive early in the count. It's kept the pitch count low for Travers. Pitch count not super high, only 65 for Raymer. She has picked up more strikeouts, which will, of course, lead to slightly deeper at-bats. 7 on the day for Raymer. 1-1.
Raymer had 66 pitches through 2 innings in the first game when she got pulled. So a completely different game by her. She's done very well as this has become a pitcher's duel here in game number 2.
That's going to be popped foul, 1-2. Tampa held scoreless now for 8 consecutive innings, actually 9 consecutive innings. And the Tritons haven't gotten on board in 11 today. But again, the big question will be who breaks through first, still 1-2.
There's only 1 hit on the day for the Tritons and 3 for the Spartans.
The player who got the hit was immediately taken off the base path. Double play right after. And that's going to be a second hit right past the diving newspaper. A single from Lucas. 1 on, 1 out for Molly Scott.
Someone like to call that in the announcer's jinx as they pick up the second hit there.
Neither team has mustered multiple base runners in an inning. And with home runs usually out of the question, someone's going to have to break that trend. Squares up. Beautiful bunt with 1 down. They'll get the out at first. Successful sacrifice to bring up the first base player, Bostak.
Bostak did have a very good game in the first. If she can just do one of those 3 swings and bring home Abby Lucas, then there you go. It's broken up, this game.
Ball 1 missing low. Travers was able to strike out Bostak earlier. The first out for Bostak today. Went down looking on a full count. 1-1. That at bat, the lone 3-ball count from Travers today. Every other at bat ended with less than 3 balls on the board. That's going to be popped up. Inning over on the high hop. 1 hit, 1 stranded. First runner left on the base path today for the Tritons. And Travers cruising through 5 innings with 2 hits, 2 Ks, and a little over 52 pitches. It'll be Eckerd, Johns, and Ulrich due up. Both teams cruising over halfway through this game. It'll be strike 1 low and inside to Eckerd. Singled earlier in the second.
Raymer has looked very impressive in the second game with 7 strikeouts and 1 walk. Again, with 0 runs on the board, but it has allowed 3 hits.
That one's going to be high, 1-1.
Yetter's 1 for 1 on the day. Looking to make it 2-2 or draw a walk here.
Just get something going will be the goal for the Spartans. Well, they've had runners. They usually haven't been able to do much with it. Can of corn and caught at second. Cicerella slipped but came up with the ball, 1 away. That'll bring up Abby Johns. Strike 1 on the outside corner, 0-1 for Abby Johns.
Again, when she's in the zone, she's dangerous. And then, obviously, the high cheese that everybody's swinging on.
Always good to pair a strong fastball with good off-speed offerings, especially later in the game after a lot of good fastball strikes. That's where you slow things down. Tried to go, did not, 1-1. Quickly check with the first base umpire. It's Boswell behind the plate, Casillas at first.
Ooh.
Inside, that one hits Abby Johns.
She gets plunked there. Who knows, we might see a steal here by Abby Johns to get in scoring position for Lennox Ulrich coming up to bat.
See either that or a sacrifice bunt. Despite the command issues from Amer, she didn't hit anyone in her first outing today. First HBP by either team so far. That is her 12th hit by pitch of the season. The Spartans at the plate have been plunked 17 times. That is the 3rd time Johns has been hit. Ulrich squares up, pulls away, 0-1.
As there we see the third baseman again come in very deep to try to get that bunt. Again, maybe a pop-up bunt can just get it right over her head. Get both runners safe and aboard.
Here's the 0-1. On the ground a second. This won't be in time for 2. Very awkward at the runner, almost getting in the way of the second base player. If Cicerella bobbled that, they could have called her out on interference. They'll get the out at first, though. 2 down for Jenna Newpaver. Essentially a sacrifice out there. Pinch hitter coming in. I believe it'll be Kelsey Winters, I think, off the bench, replacing Newpaver. Let's take a look. Got to wait for the practice swing. Is it Kelsey Winters? There it is, yes. Kelsey Winters was really waiting a long time to do a warm-up swing.
Kelsey Winters, she's from Wesley Chapel, Florida, and she came from Newsom High School and a transfer from Iowa.
She's a two-way player, frequently appears in the circle, but also at the plate. They're trusting her bat in a high-leverage spot. Outside corner 0-1.
Kelsey Winters does have a batting average of .214 on the year with an on-base percent of .267.
2 extra base hits on the year, including a home run. I believe she did it here at home as well.
Oh, wow. That's even more impressive.
Yes, one of the few players to leave the yard here at Nemoli Family Stadium this season. Here's the 0-1. Missing outside, 1-1.
Big crack of the bat could change this game and flip it upside down. Have 2-0 for Tampa, and that might do it for this game, as both pitchers are dominating.
And here's the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Couldn't keep up that time.
She was looking for it. That was a big swing.
Again, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Again, you got to look for that high cheese or that low and away changeup that she does. Both are very good pitches, so you kind of got to pick your poison, but you got to sit on the fastball and adjust if it is that changeup.
Popped up and foul. Will go again.
Again, you do have big gaps up the middle from second to short, so anything in there will score the runner.
Tougher to get to than you'd think, but that is the goal, and Tampa's converted with a few of those hits today.
They have. Actually, both teams have.
1-2 on the way. High and outside. Runner goes. Safe. Sliding and hanging onto the bag. She was aggressive there, ready to jump on a wild pitch, but it was cleanly scooped up by Wharton, so it'll be a steal.
That's her 4th steal on the year, as she got down the line very quickly.
I like that aggression on the base path, and that might get in the head of Raymer a little bit. 2-2. Fouled. Winters keeps the battle going.
As that was a great battle off pitch because she was swinging all the way, expecting fastball, but got to the off-speed pitch just in time to hit it foul.
Two. Lined it to right. That is foul by a few feet. Oh, so close.
Winters does appear to be on the pitches that Raymer's throwing. Just trying to hit one the opposite way there and find some outfield grass.
Runner at third, 2 balls, 2 strikes, still all tied. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout to get out of the jam for Raymer. She's known for being very vocal and passionate in the circle, but today, after her shaky game 1, it looks like she's been a little more focused, a little more locked in, and it's working. She's kept Tampa quiet through 5 with another left on the board, entering the top of the 6th, square at 0.
Now Loki felt
Top of the 6th, we continue here. That's lined and caught. And immediately, Travers gets the first out of the 6th inning. After Tampa couldn't convert in a tight spot, she's immediately getting back to work in the circle like nothing ever happened.
Again, the defense for the Spartans have been outstanding today. Sticking through tough plays and just, again, making every routine play routine.
No errors, very disciplined across the board. Make it 0-1 now to Cicerello.
as Coda Travers has gone 5.1, and we are expected to see Willie McGinnis sometime this game.
That's popped foul. Make it 0-2. It depends on how long the game goes. That's when you might see McGinnis come back in the game. But for now, Travers is cruising.
That was her 54th pitch of the game.
1-2, missing outside. That one's hit over and caught in foul territory by Newpaper. She entered the game back defensively after getting replaced with Winters. It'll be out number 2. Good hustle by Newpaper. I really loved her defense at the hot corner all season long. Top of the order to Defato one more time. 1 for 2 day with a hit in the 4th.
She has 1 hit on the day today.
And that'll miss slow, ball 1. Her and Lucas, the only players to get on board, let alone get hits. Two and 0. Popped up again the left, but in range. Round number 3, Abby Johns makes us a 1-2-3 frame. This is looking like Travers' best start of her career so far, completely silencing the Tritons. The duel continues. Can Tampa finally break through, or will we stay scoreless entering the 7th? Bottom of the 6th coming up. Feast, Kreidler, and Trawick due up. Series come close tomorrow. A 12 p.m. one-game matchup to start the weekend strong.
Camfise is 1 for 1 today with a walk, because that one's fouled away. She's had a great 2-game stretch for today. Trying to just start something here for the Spartans in the bottom of the 6th.
In the 3rd, she had a 2-out double, or 2-out single, but got caught out trying to turn it into a double.
If she can get on base here, that'll be 1 runner on with 0 outs.
And the heart of the order for the Spartans, too. They're starting to try to put a little more pressure on Raymer.
As she's at 82 pitches now. But again, as we said earlier today, she is no stranger to throwing over 100.
So in total today, thrown about 150. And she'll most likely get the call tomorrow as the starter after resting a bit tonight. We'll wonder who Tampa brings out. I'd imagine it's Holly Steffes as the count goes 0-2. Also, of course, depends on how long this game goes. If it's really long, it might force Eckerd to go back to Elise Roy for the start. Roy had a really good outing. 4 innings of shutout ball against the Spartans to close out Game 1.
There's still no doubt in my mind that she'll be in at some point tomorrow.
And now the 0-2. Missing outside, 1-2.
That's a good take there. A lot of Spartans have swung on that pitch.
Tampa have had 2 players in scoring position. The Tritons have had 1 so far in this second game of the series. Hit up the middle.
Nice.
That'll get through. Cam Feast.
There we go.
A second hit of the day for Feast, putting the go-ahead run on for the Spartans.
Cam Feast just doing Cam Feast things, just getting on base, whatever way possible.
Coach Rubio celebrating with Feast over at first base. That'll bring up Kenna Kreidler. Interesting call here, though. Do you have Kreidler, one of your stronger batters, bunt the runner over, and then trust Trewick and Neal? Or do you have her swing away?
I think you have her swing away and have Feast go for a steal here.
They are not going to be holding her at first, so she can take a more aggressive lead. They're going to get the bunt down. Here's the throw to first in time. Feast will stay at second. Successful sacrifice there out of the Spartans. Trewick at the plate. Singled her last time up on the first pitch. She found the outfield, or split the defense again. It could send Cam Feast home. You almost have to treat this like it's the bottom of the 7th, if you will.
Yeah.
Every run will be important. You would actually intentionally walk the runner here if this was the 7th, because a run would end the game. You'd rather have the force out open. Low and in, and again, quickly up is Wharton. She is keeping her eye on Feast, especially because we did see a Spartan steal third earlier, that being Abby Johns.
Warren has had some trouble behind the plate today, whether it's on pitches in the dirt or pitches high. So Cam Feast might be a little aggressive here at second with nobody even in the vicinity of trying to hold her on.
And look at that space down the middle, wide open, if you can slip it by Raymer. That's down low, 2-0. Warren again popping up quickly, keeping her eye on Feast. Rumble O'Neill and Carly Salisbury await. 2 solid batters on their own right. The 2 combined, however, are 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. One out, 1 in scoring position. Trewick ahead in the count. She'll take outside, and it's ball 3.
Unconventional way of walking a batter, but if it was in the bottom of the 7th anyway, you would have walked him like you said, so maybe you will end up playing like how you said.
Infield spread out a little bit again. You do imagine there will be a strike this time. This isn't an intentional walk. It's just being cautious to Trewick. Trewick more than happy to hold the bat on her shoulder. That one goes low for ball 4. That is just the second walk today out of Raymer. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. Actually, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. And they are going to make a change. Looks like at the plate, they're going to have a different batter for Brumble O'Neill. Olivia Feldman off the bench for a high leverage spot. She's been pretty solid this year, hitting over 300. In limited appearances, one of the top batters on the team.
It's another Florida It's another Florida hitter coming up to the plate.
Her sister, Mary Beth Feldman, a former Spartan pitcher, had a no-hitter a few seasons back. Feldman, not a two-way player like her sister, swings the bat. Or Feldman, the other Feldman, Mary Beth, isn't a two-way player, but unlike her, she is not a pitcher, she is a batter.
Feldman does have a .318 average on the year with 400 on-base percentage, so another one of these Tampa Spartans that are just looking to get on base somehow, some way.
So a quick conference on the mound. This time it will be the assistant coach, Steve Froh, coming up there to talk things over. Raymer getting close to 90 pitches on the game. And the head coach also going to talk things over with the defense. Big spot for both teams in the bottom of the 6th. All tied up at this stage of the game. Tampa would love to rattle back-to-back shutouts. They just need 3 outs for 7 scoreless innings. Travers will be waiting, but Raymer will have to continue. 2 on, 1 away, and she's down in the count. It's a Feldman. Again, looking deeper at some of her batting numbers. Feldman with 3 RBIs on the season, 7 hits and 22 at-bats.
Looking to make it 8 hits here.
Strike 1. Now a little more confident, Raymer able to hit the zone. She's taken her strikeout tally to 229 on the season. Popped up. That one in range in center. Caught. Feast stays put. 2 away.
That one didn't go deep enough for Campfeast to get a tag on. So, still Campfeast at second and Joey Trawick at first.
By the way, the 229 strikeouts is comfortably the most in Eckerd Triton's history. Raymer had set a record 203 last year, and this year adds 20-plus more to that title.
She's had herself a career as a Triton.
Trying to become the second Triton ever to have a 20-win season. That's going to be low and in the zone. Strike 1. 0-1 to Carly Salisbury. 2 outs, 2 on. Back in game 1, Salisbury converted with a hit in the first. 0 for 4 since, counting the 2 at-bats today, and the 2 at the end of the game 1. Outside, 1-1.
Carly Salisbury did have a hit in the first game. A hit here would crack this game open with the Spartans scoring 1, and that might be it for this game as we go to the top of the 7th if that does happen.
Tampa would just need 1 more out afterwards, or 3 more outs afterwards to close the door. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Feast again with an aggressive lead, forcing Wharton back up. 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs in a tied game. And this is the spot that Raymer should thrive in. A chance to escape a tight jam in the 6th.
You don't want to make that third out at third base, so Campfeast might take a little less of an aggressive lead at the end there.
Fouled. Good job protecting there by Salisbury to stay alive. Here's the 1-2. Popped up and caught in foul territory to end the frame by Wharton. Side retired. 2 runners stranded on 1 hit. Neither team getting on board in the 6th. It means we are going to the bottom of the 7th no matter what. And we'll wait and see what happens in the circle in the next inning. Seasonal outing for Travers was 7 innings, a 1-run ball, all the way back in March against Southwest Minnesota State. Today, she's looking to go 7 innings scoreless. She takes on Taylor, Coiner, and Wharton, and it'll be ball 1 to start the inning.
Very dominant performance here by Travers. She's looked really well. She's thrown very well, and the defense behind her has played very well. So a lot of wells across the board.
1-0 from Travers. 1-1. Hit to deep right, but Feast is there. She will make the catch for out number 1.
Good catch by Feast there.
Down the line. Tough to see, was right by the cage, but gets the first out of 3 needed for a quiet 7th frame out of Travers. Would be a high-quality start for her, her second of her career. Outside, ball 1.
Ella Coiner is 1 for 4 on the day, but she's still the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, as she has a 453 average.
Right to short, Yetter's there, 2 down. Travers wasting no time, no fear against a tough lineup, and now needs Wharton to get retired to go the complete game distance. And with her pitch count this low, if we do have an 8th inning, you'd think that Coach Cantor wouldn't think twice about bringing her back. Something that you can't say for Raymer, or can you?
They've both been dominant here, so yeah, again, it depends on how the coaches trust her and if they want to start her next game.
High, 2-0. Wharton, 0 for 2 so far. This is her longest at bat. Had a fly out on the first pitch, ground out on the second pitch of her previous at bats, and this time goes up 3-0.
Got to imagine Coach just said, just take 1 pitch, so that she doesn't get another 1 pitch out.
It's worked out well, and that is inside, 3-1. No one has been walked today for the Tritons. Travers doing a good job hitting the zone. And that will be the first. Missing inside to continue the inning. 1 on for Abby Lucas, who singled her last time up. Pinch hitter coming up for the Tritons. No, pinch runner. They'll bring on the number 4 for Wharton. Most certainly, you'd imagine that it'll be Wharton back at the plate as Sophia Kevitt enters the game.
So Sophia Kevitt's out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and Jefferson High School. That is right around the corner from here at Tampa Spartans Stadium.
Another local product. 2 outs, first pitch. Ball gets away. Go ahead run in scoring position off an awkward bounce. First wild pitch we've seen today out of the Spartans. And now New Paver going over just to check in with Travers. Kreidler joining her. One and 0. Coach confirming a change. I think Cam Feast. No, playing just a little bit further in. You're seeing some instructions from Cantor in the dugout. 2 outs and a 1-0 count. That's lined up the middle. Out of reach of Yetter. Again gets by a diving Treywick. The Tritons are on top. An RBI double out of Abby Lucas. The wild pitch turns deadly for the Spartans, and the Tritons convert with 2 down to bring up Molly Scott. The leash will be very short now for Travers. If she can't get out of the jam with the next batter, you think McGinnis would probably come in and just get out of the spot. But they are giving Travers the chance to escape. First pitch, strike one. Scott had a bunt last time and grounded out in her first at bat. Huge hit, though, for Lucas, her second of the game. That gets her on the board with an RBI. It's her 9th of the season.
That was a good plate appearance by Abby Lucas there.
This time it's in range for Eckerd. 3 down. On to Last Chance Saloon for the Tampa Spartans. A walk and a single bring home a run for the Tritons. Is that all they need to bring us to a rubber match tomorrow? Bottom of the order for the Tampa Spartans with Last Chance Saloon on the table. Taylor Storthy joined alongside Xander Lopez for the Friday night doubleheader. As day has turned into night, the Spartans are running out of time to get back in the fight. Raymer needs just a little bit more to get her 20th win of the season, as that'll be strike one.
See if the Spartans can make this a dramatic finish here tonight.
Last year's team was known as the Comeback Queens. They did great in these late games. 0-1 now to Hannah Eckerd. This is a big win game for the Spartans. A sweep here against the Tritons would get them one step closer to playoff hopes and a trip to the South Regionals. The Tritons trying to reverse their fortunes as well as the count goes 1-1.
That ball was skipped in there. That's the second time today she just skipped one in.
Tampa scoreless since the second inning of game one. It has been 10 straight innings without a run. And Raymer has done a great job in 6. Fouled 1-2. Raymer will definitely be a little bit low on energy. This will be her 100th pitch of the game. Combining from game one, it'll be 163 on the day.
It's a lot of pitches.
Very busy day for Raymer.
Hannah Eckerd, though, has got to her multiple times today. One in the first game and one here in the second game. See if she can get to her third time. 3-time is a charm.
We saw a second hit from Lucas bring home the go-ahead run. Tipped foul, and it's going to be still 1-2. Johns got hit by a pitch last time, and Lennox Ulrich also coming up. You'd imagine that Ulrich would probably get replaced by another Spartan pinch hitter, though Johns would likely keep the bat. It is a risky call, however, if you get a base runner to bunt them over. It's what you expect from the Spartans. But then you also give Raymer one of the 3 outs she needs. 3 outs, first 1 run. Swing and a miss! Strikeout number 9 for Raymer.
It's a great pitch there again with the high cheese. Gets another Spartans batter to swing and miss through it. I mean, that pitch has just been dominant all day today for her.
Close to yet another double-digit strikeout game as Abby Johns has the bases empty. And a tough thing for Tampa, you can't bunt if you got a runner this time. You can't give them the second out. Corners playing in, writing the case of a bunt for a hit or a slapper. Outside, ball 1. Popped up. First baseman makes the catch. Good play at the first base player Bostak makes it 2 away. And with 2 outs, Ulrich is the last hope for the Spartans. Raymer gets the call. First pitch with 2 away. Ball 1. The call to save her after the second inning was the good call from the Tritons. Even though she's definitely feeling the wear and tear of today, you know, she's been able to rally this electric start. 9 strikeouts against the Spartans. And needs one more out to close the door. 1-0 to Ulrich. Low and in, 2-0.
The lefty Ulrich is over 2 on the day. Looking to start something here for the Spartans in the bottom of the 7th with no outs to play with.
New Paver on deck, also due for a hit. She has struck out twice today, as they're once again going to talk things over. 2-0 count for Raymer. They don't have many chances to visit the circle.
Anything here for Ulrich just to get on base to start a rally is much appreciated.
Usually, Raymer's been able to fire a strike after these talks in the circle. So here's the 2-2. High. Ball 3.
It's a great take.
The high heat is how Raymer's picked up a lot of the strikeouts. Usually she's been able to freeze players with changeups or get them to swing over fastballs, or under fastballs, more correctly.
Down 1-0, you have the red light here.
Got to let her walk you if she will. Here it is, the 3-0. Ball 4, missing inside. Raymer not visibly happy with the call, but you know what they say. You can't fight City Hall. Tying run on the board for the Spartans. Go-ahead run at the plate in the bat of Jenna Newpaver. In a normal stadium, you start thinking about those walk-off bombs. Not going to happen at Namoli Family Stadium.
But if it does catch a corner, you may be able to score the run from first and tie this game up.
Ulrich will be going on anything. It is going to be a risk to steal, however. Wharton will be ready to pop and fire. First pitch on the way to Newpaver. Check swing and went around, strike 1. Coach Cantor coming over. She is not happy with that ruling. It was a close call as she ran forward. But again, she also can't fight with City Hall either. That's a close call. I don't necessarily disagree with it, however. 0-1 on the way for Newpaver. Right down Main Street, falling for strike 2. Tampa down to their final strike for the first time today.
It's a good pitch sequence by Raymer.
And timeout call by Cantor, checking in with the freshman.
Again, she does have 2 strikeout pitches, which is that high cheese or that changeup. That's going to be either low and away or low and in on the batter. Let's see if she goes to one of those to get the strikeout here.
Corners not playing pretty far in. Just at standard depth. Raymer to Newpaver. Veteran against the rookie. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss! And Raymer will take us to a rubber match on Saturday. Her 10th strikeout ends the day, stranding a Spartan runner. Tampa just not clutch enough to take the lead and make Raymer pay for mistakes. She records another double-digit strikeout performance and secures her 20th win of the season. Only 70 strikes, but that is all she needs.
It was a great pitcher's duel today with only 7 hits given up between the pair of pitchers today. Tampa had 4, just couldn't come at back-to-back times. But good game nonetheless. We'll catch them tomorrow for the 3rd game of the series and hope to get the series win tomorrow and continue.
That will be the goal for the Spartans. Travers gets the loss after a complete game effort. A brilliant day for Travers. She really didn't put her foot wrong. The only run that came home was after a wild pitch and a nice clutch double with a runner in scoring position. That was the only run on 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. So a stellar outing from Travers. She can end her weekend on a high note despite the L. And Raymer gets revenge for a tough game 1. Double-digit Ks on 110 pitches. I think she'll probably be back the next day. But we'll have to wait and see who gets the start on Saturday. It'll be a noon matchup at the Namoli Family Stadium. For the final time, I'm Taylor Storley, joined by Xander Lopez. We're signing off after 14 fun innings of softball. Tampa loses this one, but split the series so far. Tampa 4-0, Eckerd 1-0. We are back tomorrow.